What's good, guys? Come in here. Today we're going to be talking about the solar eclipse that is happening on 9/21 and what this energies means for us, okay? Now, this is going to be very transformative, okay? Because not only does solar eclipse means the new moon plus the reboot, it's actually going to expose and transform some things that need to be wiped out of our space, right? But it's necessary to shift out of the old into the new. So let's break this down, okay? Now, the Virgo, excuse me, the Virgo energy is about routines, your health, services, details. It's like stuff that happens on everyday life. Now, when we're thinking about a reboot or a refresh, what areas in your life could use a refreshing? Okay, what does that mean for you? Like, do you have sloppy boundaries? Do you need to stop people pleasing? What is it that needs to come to light for you? Because that's going to play a key detail in a lot of this, right? So with that being said, if I'm looking at my chart, guys, with that being said, with the South Node influence, this means that it is about what you let go of, what you're about to let go of, right? Not just outdated routines, not just old patterns, but things have to come to a closure in order to receive the new, right? It has to. And so the beginning begins once you decide that, once you have removed, which a lot of us should have done in the lunar eclipse, because that one was deeply emotional. It had a lot of energy to it. Not to mention, I don't know if you guys felt it the way I felt it, but there was a lot of pent up anger being released, okay? And so now when this partial solar eclipse happens, it's literally going to help transform us into something new, something we actually desire, right? Okay, so what does that look like for you? What are your goals? What are you aligned with? What are you wanting to be aligned with? Because those are the things that you need to take out a sheet of paper and write down, okay? The things you want to fall away from your life, put it in red. The stuff that you want in your life, put it in green. Or you can also write it in blue, but I like green. Okay, now it also talks about balancing, okay? The eclipse opposes Saturn, okay, which has strong undercurrents to those energies. This suggests that there is possible tension with the Saturn and illusion and fantasy, spiritually longing also with Neptune. So, as a part of that, you might be working through discerning what the truth is and actual what wishful thinking is. It's like a vice versa thing, because sometimes we want certain things to happen. We want certain patterns and things to pop up and show up in our life. But sometimes it's like sometimes we want certain things and we have to be, what they like to say, delusional about them. But what if they didn't have to be a delusion? What if you really could manifest spiritually having these things? So here's the thing. Depending on where Virgo falls in your natal chart, the house and this eclipse lands in, shows you where the resets need to happen, the kinds of resets that need to happen in your life. For example, Virgo on the sixth house, you might be reworking health habits, okay? If it falls on the first house, identity and self-image shifts. If it's the fourth house, then it'll happen in your home, okay? It'll be shifts that needs to happen in your home. Now, the thing is, here's the thing. When we're working through a lot of this stuff, what are you actually wanting to happen? Because a lot of the times we don't know. We don't know where we want to be. We don't know what we want to, put in place. We just sometimes just are allowing our emotions and energies to be all over the place, but that's not really a good habit to have. You have to be intentional about a lot of the things that you have, right? A lot of things. So with everything we're going through on a daily basis, what do you want to fall away? What do you want to put back in that place, right? Because then it becomes about balancing. It becomes about balancing and removing the things that you no longer want, the things that you no longer want to deal with, okay? And that means that when Saturn and Neptune come into play, we have to think about this because Saturn brings the fantasy, the illusion, okay? I'm sorry, not the fantasy illusion. It brings the tension, and the Neptune brings the fantasy and the illusion, the things that we need to work through, okay? Now, with the house activation, depending on where it falls, like I said, it can be anywhere, okay? It can be anywhere. So if you really want it, pull up your natal chart, find out what's going to be good for you, because it's going to tell you the areas that need your attention, the areas in need to be watching out for, and help you go through it, right? So depending on where it falls, this is what you need to be watching out for, okay? Let's talk about this really quick. Feelings of being overwhelmed is definitely on the list, okay? Virgo energy can be lean into wanting to be perfect, wanting to have that perfectionism, and that's not something that we need to really be focused on. We need to make sure that this eclipse exposes where we have been too hard on ourselves, where the resistance is, what changes, because old habits can feel familiar, and if we're familiar, we kind of tend to want to stay in what's familiar with us. But you have to think the grand picture, the bigger picture. Like, what are you wanting to happen? What is it that you want to flow in your life? Where is it that things need to fall away? Because that's where it's going to be, okay? And this means that you can have that resistance to that change if you're not open to actually changing and removing the things that you no longer desire, okay? And then there could be some confusion and mental fog that could be happening because you may be ignoring your intuition or too far, like, have denied that these things are actually happening, okay? Now, it also means that a lot of things that we thought will be falling away, and we'll actually be able to reveal the truth of them. So it's important that we understand that, okay? Now, the last thing for the challenges is physical and mental fatigue, okay? If you try to overdo things without resting, you are going to be fatigued, okay? This is why I am not one of those content creators who are going to be out here just popping out videos. Everything I do is with intention, okay? So that's why it means a lot to me. That's why my videos seem kind of long, because it's just so much to try to put into like something short just to make content. I'm not just wanting to be a content creator. I'm here to motivate the masses. That is my goal. That is what I want to do. That is what I am doing, okay? A lot of content creators, no shade, but, they're trying to make money off of this. I just want to help the world heal, okay? And if I can make money along that, then that's absolutely fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. But that's not my main goal, okay? So, how will it work? How does it work? Okay. Rituals you can do, ideas, intentions. Number one, you got to set the intention. That is like the top goal. If you say, I'm about to manifest a brand new house, but you don't really set the intention, you don't really set the intention of making sure things are in line, you're not doing what you need to do, how are you going to receive that house if you don't have any money, if you don't have, the credit score, if you don't, it's just certain things that have to be put in place in order for you to have and receive the way you want to, okay? So, since the solar eclipse is in Virgo with the South Node influence, because this is very important, okay? The energy supports setting intentions after releasing, okay? Now, I don't know if you guys ever did this, but you can write what you don't want down on a piece of paper, and you can say what you release. You should have done this during the lunar eclipse. You should have done this during the lunar eclipse, but if you haven't, now is the perfect time before the eclipse come in, right? Because it's super uber important, right? So when we are in the space of manifesting, releasing the old and bringing in the new is going to be key here. But if you are not one of those people who have literally sat down and decided and got clear about what it is that you want, what it is that you desire, how you're going to get there, now is the time. Now is the time, okay? Because with days until the eclipse happens, and the energies are going to last a little bit longer past the solar eclipse time. However, the more you can just sit down, take a moment today, pause before you go to bed, take that piece of paper, write down everything you don't want, burn it, blow the ashes outside to the wind, giving it, symbolizing giving it back to source, giving it back to God, giving it back to nature, to create something and snowball the effect of bringing in what you do desire. Okay. And also, guys, like, we are literally in a space where now more than ever, we need to release the hatred, the pain, the fear, the everything in order to receive the stuff that we want. It's a lot of stuff going on. Okay. So with that being said, this change is necessary for the world. Okay. For the world. Okay. So this is what we want to do. We want to start out by setting the intention after releasing. Okay. This means we're going to release first. Meaning we're going to identify the habits, the beliefs, the routines, whatever it is that we don't desire. You want to let go of them. Write them down. You want to burn it on a piece of paper, burn it on a pan, a plate or something so you don't burn your hand. Be careful. Please be careful. Or your grill or something. And then you want to take those ashes, blow them to the wind. Be done with it. That's it. Never to come back to you again. Never to have to deal with again. And that's the mindset that you want with it, okay? Now, you want to clean and declutter. If your house is not clean when this solar eclipse happens, it just stagnates the energy, okay? It just kind of stagnates the energy. And it reflects mentally where you are if your house is not clean, if your home and space is not clean. Where are you mentally, okay? Because a lot of the times when our homes are overcluttered, when we haven't cleaned, we haven't done a lot of stuff, it reflects how tired we are. It reflects our confusion. It reflects brain fog. It reflects the things that we are like putting on the back burner to do a lot of the times, okay? So make sure your home is clean. You want to make sure it's tidy, organized, everything is in space, in the proper spaces or whatever. Make sure you checking in with yourself, okay? Around this time of these eclipse, eat healthy. Eat healthy. Start those new habits. Get you some sleep. Do some routines, healthy routines like walking, dancing, something to get you active and up and feeling good. You want to feel good. And then meditation, of course, guys. I love meditation. Okay? So starting those new routines and starting small stuff. Like if you want to start a business, write down what you want to do. Start researching, get an LLC, something. You know what I'm saying? Just like put something in place, all right? And make sure you're setting boundaries, okay? Because you have to be very cautious when doing anything at the cost for yourself, okay? Clear boundaries, who you allow your time, who you allow to have your emotional energy, what you agree on, what you agree to take on, people's energies that you agree to take on, okay? It is really important, okay? So, and then the other thing is journaling. If you have not been doing journaling, okay, we will do a few journaling prompts at the end of this, okay? All right? At the end of this, we will do some journal prompts because I think it's important that we do. And while I'm looking at this chart, I don't want it to pull up the whole chart. But while we're doing this, okay, we want to make sure that we are staying focused. Just stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. Okay, because one of the main cards that came out first was having options and choices. Okay, you have options and choices. Don't sit idle. Do not sit idle and expect things just to happen for you, okay? That is like one of the saddest things that I hear people say to me, because it's like you're sitting on a gold mine. You're sitting on nothingness. You're waiting on some outside source to bring you everything. You're not creatively making anything happen. You're not doing anything. You're just content with being in a space of, I'm waiting. Don't wait. No longer can we wait. Do not wait. Tell yourself right now, say, I will not wait. I will step out on my dreams. I will step out on my desires. You do it. Whatever you need to do, you do it, because there are opportunities and you need it, you want it, you desire it, and that is perfectly okay. All right. And then we have precautions. So you need to make sure whatever you're doing is aligned. Whatever you're doing is aligned. Stop looking at the past. Stop looking at the stuff that no longer serve you. Stop looking at what didn't work out before. I have started many businesses and they have not all worked out the way I wanted them to, right? So that means I have to go back to the drawing board and make things happen. When you're on your journey, no matter what it is, when you look back and only look at the things that did not work, guess what happens? You just attract more of the things that's not going to work. Okay? So with that being said, we have to make sure that we are in alignment with the things that we desire, the things that we want, the stuff that we want to do. Because if not, we're going to just be in a beautiful situation, constantly looking back at the stuff that did not work for us, and then we'll miss our opportunities, okay? So taking those choices, not sitting around idly waiting, because there's something here for you that is coming in, okay? Your strength and your willpower, everything. Okay, movement, because whatever is happening fast. Okay, and if you're finding yourself, be aware, be confident, and be laser focused, because there is something happening. If you can't look in the mirror and say, you know, I am confident that I'm supposed to be this mega multimillionaire. I am confident that I'm supposed to be somebody's beautiful, gorgeous wife, mom, wealthy cousin, sister, whatever, then now is the time to start writing that out. Write it out and burn it. Release that part of yourself. Release that part of yourself that's in fear of being great. Because I think a lot of people are fearful of being great. Not the false beliefs of great of social media, but being great internally, being great mentally, being great spiritually, being great at doing you, okay? Because I think that's a huge problem. Like, people don't know how to be themselves. They're afraid to sit with themselves. They're afraid to literally turn inward because they're not sure on what they're going to find. But you know, the crazy part about it is that when we sit down and actually start to determine what's good for us, what's bad for us, I think because of society, we feel like if we're not a part of the collective like that, then it's something wrong, okay? There's nothing wrong with you with wanting to be different. It's nothing wrong with you when you are in a space where you feel connected to peace, love, and light. There's nothing wrong with you if you decide you don't want to go the same path as everyone else. There is nothing wrong, okay? Don't let anybody tell you that you have to be like every Tom, Dick, and Jane. You do not, okay? You do not, and you should not, because you are a different part of source living this life, living this experience. And if you were meant to be like all the other ones, then you would just be that person. You just be that thing, right? You are meant to experience differently. You are meant to have different points of views. You are meant to be different. But we also have to walk in that space of love and peace for those who are different, those who don't want to be like everybody else, okay? Because sometimes you'll notice, like, when there are people who wants to step outside that box, people they get mad, bro. They get real mad. Like, they get mad at you're not like me, so it must be a problem. And that's not what it should be, okay? That's not what it should be, all right? Now, whatever you're planning, whatever you need to actively go after the things that you want, okay? Actively. Because whatever it is, it's going to come in fast for you. Commit yourself to whatever your purpose, whatever your goals are, whatever it is that you want to see shift and changed in your life. Commit yourself to yourself, all right? Commit yourself to yourself. Yes, I know we have all these things going on. Trust me, I have 5 children, 5 and a husband. That's a lot of work, okay? We have games, we have band, we have karate, we have everything. But I am telling you, commit some to yourself. Commit that time to yourself, okay? commit your time to yourself. Like, there's not going to be all the times when you're able to do stuff. I'm not always able to work on my decor business. I'm not always able to do that because I have so many mommy duties, okay? I have so many things that need to happen for my family. So I still have to make that time to commit to me. I have to make that time to commit to making these videos to help the world elevate, right? I still have to do that because that's a commitment that I made for myself, not for anyone else. Like, I know that it's helping people, but I also know that I do it for me. I do it for me because my soul is calling for me to do it. Okay. And so with that being said, I have to do what I have to do. What is your goals? Put your goals in the comment box. Let me know. What are your goals? How are you planning to go after them? Because it's literally so much inspiration on this table. It's so much inspiration, okay? You might be exploring something new. You might need to go to school. You might need to learn something. You might need to take a course. You might need to just look up something to shift into the perspective of what you want it to be, okay? What you want it to be. And I think I'm going to transition this channel a little bit too, because I kind of need time to make sure that I'm working on me. So you guys might start to see me on here decorating and put things together and listening to me talk and still give my motivational messages and teaching and things like that. But we'll get there, okay? But go after your dreams and command your truth, please. Command your truth. Command what your life is like. And this is like affirming, okay? And when I say command it, I'm saying affirm who you are. Affirm what the world see you as. Affirm what your goals are, what you're trying to do, what you have on a manifestation level. Do not sit there and doubt yourself. Anytime you're talking about something with yourself, do not doubt yourself. Because during this time, it's going to be crucial. The energies are going to be super high. So you need to only speak love and light and peace and abundance and wealth and affirm that you have everything it is that you want and desire, right? Because you are the one. You are the one to make it happen. Have that confidence to know that it is because of you your life is changing. It's because of you, you healed. It's because of you, you can walk with the peace and the grace that you desire to, right? Because of you. It's because of you, okay? If you need to go to school, go to school. You're going to school because of you, okay? We got families, we got all this stuff, but do it for you. Make sure it's about you too. It can't just be about your family. It can't just be about like everything outside of you. Oh, because it makes a lot of money. No, baby, do you love it? If you don't love it, do stuff that you love. What is it that you love? What is it that you absolutely love and can make money from? Because that's the sweet spot. That's the sweet spot, especially if you're wanting to make more money, especially if you're needing to make more money. What do you love? Okay, and find a way to make money from that, because you clearly have the inspiration. You clearly have everything you need. Okay, and here it is again. Like this is about learning something. In this solar eclipse, you're going to be learning that you can rely on you, that you can be there for yourself, that you don't have to sit and stay stagnant, that you can manifest whatever it is that you want and desire. Okay, in this new, it's not even a new moon. In this solar eclipse, this partial solar eclipse, guys, I'm telling you, the energies are going to be high. So you have the power to manifest what you want. And I'm telling you, you need to go after it with a passion. I mean a passion. Love every minute of it. Enjoy it. Put on your music, dance around, design, create, cook, whatever it is that you love. Do that, okay? Because now is the time for you to. Okay, there is no looking back. Everything that you've been working so hard for, everything that you're learning, everything that you're trying to master, everything that you're trying to get to a point where you are being successful at it, this can help catapult you with these new energies that are coming in, okay? And look, change is coming. Change is coming. It's literally on the card. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see. It might not focus. But change is coming, okay? Change is coming. Change is here. Change is here for you. So this Virgo solar eclipse is going to change something major in your life. But you have to be willing and confident to know that it's going to work. You're going to do it. You're going to commit to yourself. You're going to do what you need to do. You're not going to be sitting here looking at the past and wondering and hoping and wishing and thinking. Like, let the past be the past. It's the past for a reason. You are meant to be here because you have learned, you have grown, you have gotten through everything that you needed to get through, and you have survived, okay? Now is the time for you to use this energy to shift the dynamic in your life. Okay, shift the dynamic in your life, because there are things coming to an ending, and you definitely have to be willing to let go. Let go. Okay, don't sit there and be stagnant. I'm telling you, do not sit there and be stagnant, because it's not going to matter. It's not going to help you. Okay, holding on to people, holding on to things, holding on to old things that don't work for you, it's not going to work. Okay, there's a spark of inspiration, literally. It's not going to show well, is it? I can't get it to show clearly, guys. That's why I don't be showing the cards down, and I need a new stand to do that. But it says you have been hit with a spark of inspiration. Now you must find and figure out how to turn that fire into action, okay? You have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to do whatever work that's necessary for you to be successful and you to live this abundant, beautiful life that you want to live, because at the end of the day, it's going to work out for you. It's literally going to work out for you. Trust your intuition and just allow yourself to be in that space where you can experience life more abundantly, more beautifully, knowing that, for one, you're taking your power back. Okay, you're taking your power back. Take your power back. All right. It's telling you that things are not always as they seem. So all these illusions and stuff that came in before are going to be broken down with that Neptune energy, right? So that's one thing that we definitely need to understand. There's going to be some things that's going to be shined a light on. And if that light is shined on it, then you need to acknowledge it. Okay. You need to acknowledge it. You need to shift. You need to change. You need to put yourself in a place where you are love, peace, and light, no matter what. No matter what, okay? So you might be emotional, which is not unheard of. I mean, it's an eclipse. But the thing is, you need to allow yourself to feel the emotions without lashing out on people, without expressing them to other people. Because sometimes when you express those emotions to other people, it just creates it in a foundation, okay? It's like they're co-signing on that thing. So sometimes you need to process yourself. And then later, if you feel like you're over it or whatever, then you express it to someone if you choose, okay? But some of us might be dealing with that change, okay? So it's important that you dust yourself off and keep going, even if it feels hard, because not everything feels good to everyone, okay? You might be struggling with trying to figure out where you're trying to go, what you're trying to do, but in the end, there's money waiting for you. If you're trying to change something to make more money, manifest more money, whatever it is, it's here. It's there for you. And excuse my nails, guys, because I just haven't replaced that polish yet. But it's so cool. Look, you're almost there. It says you're almost there. You're almost there. So don't give up. You're right at that part, okay? You have to consciously accept the responsibility that you create your reality, that you are creating the life that you want. There's nothing outside of you giving it to you, okay? You are creating it by your belief system, the way you think, the way you processing things, the energy that you're calling in, your energy field, which we always talk about. You know, keep your Taurus field smooth, because when you're thinking about negative things, when you're in a space where you're lacking and you're angry and you're talking about people and you're fearful and you're doubting, that creates ripples in your energetic field. Those ripples bounce back. They never stop until you stop them, okay? So think about it like, okay, you decide that you want to do something, but now the fear done kicked in. It's okay for you to have those feelings. Those feelings are valid because it's something new. However, if you allow yourself to stay there and you keep reverberating would be the word that I want to use in your head about, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? If you're stuck in that mode, you need to take a breath. You need to take a deep breath, breathing in through your nose as much as possible, as long as possible. Hold it for a second. Breathe out slowly as long as possible and feel your body shift. Your body is definitely going to shift. Now, when it shifts, you need to be in a space where you're now affirming. Okay? Affirm. Because like if, for example, if I want to start a business and I'm just like, I don't have any clients, how am I gonna make money? I don't have any clients. Breathe and breathe out, exhale, and then I'm going to immediately start affirming. I have $1 million clients. I have 10 clients booked right now. I have $1 million budgets. You know what I'm saying? Like, find a solution to that. What is it that you desire? You have to replace what you no longer deserve, what you no longer want, what you no longer desire with something that you do desire, okay? And that is here for you, because you have to have a clear vision of who you are, what you want, where you're going, because it's actually beautiful, okay? And it's like 9 of Pentacles. You cannot indulge enough, okay? Taking that time for yourself, like I said, it's going to be the biggest factor for you. Being able to relax, make yourself a bubble bath. Most people shower nowadays. A lot of people don't soak in the tub and relax. Get you some good bath salts, some oils, get you some flowers, put them in there. Put your favorite high vibrational songs on of love, self-healing, peace, motivation, and sit and wonder and love and be at peace with it, okay? Be at peace with it, because the first thing that we need to understand is that we have to celebrate us first. Celebrate you. Celebrate every win. Celebrate whether it's big, small, or no matter what it is. I don't care if it's a micro ounce of a celebration. Do what you got to do. If that means buying yourself a cookie, go buy yourself a cookie. Don't sit there and be wondering and waiting on everybody else to celebrate you, because baby, I'm telling you, not everybody can stand up and clap for you. You have to clap for yourself. Trust me, I've been waiting a long time for people to notice my skills. I've been waiting a long time for people to understand and see what I do, what I design, what I can do is bigger and better than anyone that I know. Okay? I've been waiting a long time for people who claim they love and care to clap for me. Okay? So it's important that you decide and you clap for yourself. When people start to see you walking in your light, they want to know what's making you glow. What's making you glow? What's making you glow, okay? So listen to your gut instinct. Find out what that is for you. What do you love? Seriously, what do you love, okay? I know that for me, I love high, luxurious, expensive weddings. I love that. Oh my God. My mouth drop. I feel so excited every single time I see a beautiful design. Every time I want to build a design like that, it makes me so happy. I get so anxious. I just can't help myself. I just absolutely love it. So I know that my niche for my business is wedding decor, luxury wedding decor. I know that stuff like that, I'm going to do my very best in, number one. Number two, my clients are going to be fulfilled and happy because I'm going to always go above and beyond as much as I can, because I just love it. I absolutely just love it, right? Like my heart goes pitter patter when I see a beautiful event. It just does. And it's crazy because I know for a fact that I've always been this way. I've always been that girl that loves decor. Always, okay? But I never imagined that I would have been a luxury wedding planner, okay? That's not something that I seen myself doing growing up. This is only things you uncover as you are growing, that you are learning as you are getting older and understanding, right? So understand that wherever that goal is, the work that you put in, you are going to reap that harvest. You are going to get whatever you're trying to get out of it. That satisfaction, that feel good feeling, that feeling that you just know you did an amazing job. That's going to feel good to you, okay? And even though things might feel tough, you have to understand that you're in a winning season, okay? You're in your winning season. It doesn't matter what it looks like. You're always in a winning season. You're always putting in the work. You're always stepping up for yourself. You're always speaking up for yourself. You're always making sure you enhance who you are, enhance the skills that you have. Okay? So take a leap of faith if you haven't, because it's like that confidence in yourself is going to mean everything around this time, okay? That confidence is going to mean everything. And here's the thing. If you have struggled to find a purpose, if you have struggled to figure out what it is you like, write down everything you don't like. Write down everything you don't like first. And then I want you to write down everything you do enjoy. What do you like what do you like watching? What do you like listening to? What do you like doing? What are you interested in? What can you do that makes you feel good? What do you do that makes you feel good? When you hear the guitar, it just makes you feel so amazing. So if that's the case, then you may need to take guitar lessons, because the feeling that you put into, the energy that you put into it is going to be hit different from if you tried to learn the flute, right? So it's like a complete overhaul of stepping into your power and doing the things that you desire to do. It's not about anyone else. They don't worry about if people clap for you. You ain't got to tell nobody what you're doing. You just show up. You show up being as magnificent and beautiful and abundant and wealthy as you are, because your light shine and heals everybody else. And they're going to want to know what you're doing. So you don't have to let your words speak for you. Let what you do, let your energy speak for you, okay? And that means taking that time to do what you need to do to upgrade yourself, okay? Now, even if you feel like whatever you're doing is out of reach, okay? Understand that now is the time for you to really hone in that dream. It's your time to do what you need to do. It's your time to take that time to put in yourself. Pour into your own cup for once. Pour into your own cup for once. Because this is the time to manifest. This is the time to have everything that you desire in your life. No more waiting, okay? No more waiting. They're waiting for what? What you waiting on? You waiting on you. You just waiting on you. And if you're just in that space of feeling like, oh, well, something outside of me is going to make it happen, you're going to be forever waiting. You have to do some action. There has to be something that you're doing too. Like, I understand you're thinking like, okay, I'm just waiting on the energy to connect to me. And I know I set the intention and I want this thing and I've been working at this and I've been doing that. But have you though? Because you can work on something all day long. Being busy and like driven and focused is two different things. Busy does not equate to success. You have to set yourself up, visualize, affirm, put yourself in the rooms with people that are on that same level or want to be on that same level, because that's key. You have to distance yourself, okay? You have to put yourself in a space where you are able to not only give, but be able to receive. Some of us are bad receivers, okay? We can send the energy out. We just can't get the energy back because we have decided that, it might be wrong to have a lot of money. You might have to owe somebody. You don't want to have to deal with certain people. Like, there are so many excuses and reasons that we put in our own head. I know I've had them. So it's not, I understand the uncomfortability when it comes to receiving large sums of money, receiving help, receiving credit, receiving like attention. I know what that feels like, guys. And I'm telling you, do not sit and wait, okay? So if you can help other people and they can see your light, you can get paid off doing that. You can get paid just teaching somebody the things that you know, okay? Teaching them the things that you know so that they can have a better life, so that they can be better in business, so that they can be better at this craft. Like, it's so many things. It's so many ways to make money. It's so many ways, okay? But, okay. Well, it says, be present and truly thankful for all your blessings. Take comfort knowing that you are on the right path. But this is you needing to understand that everything works out for you. Everything works out for you because you said so. There is no, well, maybe, and should I, and what if, nothing, who cares? Nobody cares about that. You need to give so much careful thinking into you being the best version of yourself that it is undeniable. It is undeniable. Undeniable. You have it. It's yours. It's meant for you. And that is what it is as I pull the wheel of fortune, okay? You are meant to have this stuff. Your world is about to change for the better. Do the work. Do what you need to do, okay? The good and the bad stuff happen. We get that. But if you look at this wheel, you can see that it can turn in any direction. So if you feel like you're down, just think about where it could turn, okay? Just think about that. Like, don't sit and wait on yourself. Just give yourself the understanding, put the work in, value yourself enough to know that your goals, especially your long-term goals, are going to benefit you. They're going to work out. Okay? And your efforts and everything you're doing is going to be rewarded. You're going to build knowledge. You're going to build wealth. You're going to build clientele, whatever your goals are, you're going to build it. It's going to be there, okay? So keeping your energy close to your heart is going to mean everything. And this goes back to me when I said that you should not tell everybody your business. If you know you're working on a business and it's not finalized yet and you know it's going to be successful and all that kind of stuff, let them see you. You don't have to tell anybody anything. Let them see you. That is it. That is it. Just let them see you. Because a lot of people will doubt you. A lot of things will hurt you because you allowed people in on your secrets. You allowed people in on that space where you thought that they were going to be there to support you, and you're proud of yourself, so you want to share it. Not all the time in sharing stuff. If you got friends and family that can support you and be like, oh my God, congratulations. Oh, that's good. You should keep doing that. That's a good job. If you got people in your life like that, then absolutely you can share it. If you don't feel like you have that, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. You don't want anybody else's energy on you, on your thoughts, your dreams, your goals. And look, at the bottom, you are confident and successful, finding many opportunities to attract and manage wealth. Boom. You guys, I'm telling you, it's something beautiful here for you. You said you need to sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor. When you finish doing what you're doing, if you working on something and you've been working on something, keep going, okay? Because you are the magician. Okay? You are the magician. You are the one making it happen. You are making it happen. There is it's so abundantly beautiful that, just as something as simple as you standing up for you and doing what you need to do, okay? Something, that change has to happen though, right? That change has to happen. It has to happen. That old part of you, that old version of you, that part of you that want people to clap for you, that part of you that just want a lot of money but you don't want to really have to do nothing for it, that part of you has to fall away. That part of you waiting on just something to happen for you, it has to fall away. Go after your dreams fiercely. It has to shift. It has to shift. If you're wanting a better body, if you're wanting to be healthy, if you're wanting to learn something, now is that time. It's time for you to stop avoiding it. Stop avoiding it. Like, bro, you cannot. Let me tell you something. If you're manifesting money and you're afraid to check your account, or you're afraid to spend money because you're afraid that you might need it for something else, I know, I was there. I'm telling you, if you do that, you're going to push away money. You're going to push away all kinds of money. Not only money coming in through a job, but money coming in through clients, money coming in with online sales, money coming through everything. I am telling you, it is wise to be mindful of what you're doing, okay? And listen to your intuition. This is the third time this card came out. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Say it with me. Listen to your intuition, because it's going to guide you. You have to trust you before you trust anything and anyone else, okay? Trust you first. Bet on you first. All right? Now, if you are focusing on repairing damage, and I say damage, but if you are focusing on repairing you, if you are focused on repairing the things that hurt you, if you are focused on repairing the things that you just can't feel good about, okay? I'm just going to say it like that. You know what that is for you. If you're focused on that, try meditating, okay? If you have not been meditating, try meditating. Do some healing meditations. Do some removing the trauma meditations. The most powerful meditations you can do are the meditations you create for yourself, because you know you. Okay, there are meditations that I sit out in my yard and I ground, and I am literally visualizing roots. I'm visualizing these light bubbles around me, and they're coming into my energetic sphere. And the sphere is like this huge sphere that's surrounding me. It's an offer of protection. It's cloaked in light, the brightest love, the brightest peace. And I'm literally sitting there and I'm grounding and I'm removing the things that I no longer serve, that no longer serve me, the things I no longer desire, the things I don't want. And I'm literally visualizing, seeing these dirty little bubbles come off of me through the roots. And they're going back into the earth to become something great. They're going back into the earth to be fertilizer for the earth, okay? Because it's my garbage, all right? It's stuff that I don't want. It's stuff that I don't need. It's stuff that I'm just not trying to hold on to. So that's the mindset you have to be in. And then once I finish seeing everything clear out, I'm literally sitting there watching these light bubbles come into my field and watching the sphere and the dome, or whatever you choose to call it, glow brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. And that actually helps. That helps me because I created this for me. This is something that I choose to do. Okay? So if you're just learning meditating, there is so many videos out here on YouTube. I have a few. I'm going to be doing more soon because I just love it. And I feel like the more I've been nervous about it, but I'm stepping out on that because I literally love meditation and I feel like it can really help you guys. So I'm going to create some for you guys and you can listen to them at any time, multiple times a day, and I'll keep them short. And during this cycle, remember, this eclipse is very important, okay? Because it's going to be bringing in the things that you want changed. It's going to be bringing in the energies that's going to help you, okay? The lunar eclipse, we should have purged. With this one, we should be bringing in, okay? Excuse me. So if you have not wrote down the stuff you want to get rid of, the lack of things, the feelings, the whatever it is, anything you want to release out of your life, write it down. Write it down. I don't care if it's 15 pages. Write it down. Write it down. Burn it. Burn it safely, but burn it. And then blow the ashes back to Mother Nature, okay? Burn the ashes. Blow them out, symbolizing, hey, I am setting the intention that these ashes are leaving me, never to come back. These problems, these things that I don't desire are leaving me, never to return, okay? Never to return. So that means you cannot go back to the same behaviors. You cannot allow the same behaviors. You cannot allow the same things to happen, right? So that means that once you burn it, you have changed your intention. You have changed your mindset, your whole thing, right? So it should be good for you after that point, right? And then you want to write down your intentions. Like, make your reality board, okay? If you don't know what a reality board is, it's AKA the vision board, okay? I don't like to say that I'm being delusional. Delusional implies that it's something that's false. It's something that's not really there. And for me, I feel like if you are trying to create these things into your reality and you're saying that you have these things, but then you're walking around saying I'm being delusional, like, it just states your words are powerful, okay? They're like the most powerful things, energetic things that are calling in the things that you are saying. So when you're saying you're being delusional, what do you think is happening? Okay, like I know they try to make the term seem cool, but really think about it. Your reality board is not delusional. These are things that you are desiring to put in your life. These are things that you are desiring to do. And I'm looking at mine, if you wonder what I'm looking at. And these are things that you desire to have. These are things that you desire to be, to hold, to have, like all these things, travel to, whatever. Why would you want them to be delusional? I get it. You know, some people might say, hey, I think you're overthinking it, but it's not overthinking it for me. Because if you understand that your words create your reality, your thoughts create your reality, sitting around saying, like, I'm being delusional. Like, it's not helpful to what you're actually trying to do. I hope that makes sense to you guys. But do you know? I just like to say my reality board, but make sure that you're creating that reality board, okay? Put that reality board together. Revise it. Some things might have fell away. If you want something different, then create something different. Add to it, take away, make a new one. Get rid of the old one, okay? Whatever you need to do. But make sure that you're creating and writing down and solidifying in writing or pictures or whatever, what you're trying to do, okay, guys? Because this solar eclipse is going to be so important for us, okay? Now, I encourage all of you to pull it up for your natal chart, okay? Pull it up for your natal chart. See what house is it falling in, okay? See what degree it is, because it's going to tell you based on your chart what is happening. What do you plan on, like, doing? What area is going to fall in, okay? What area is it going to fall in? And it actually is very silly to think that, sometimes people get in their feelings about how things are done and which way to go, but I want you guys to lean to your own understanding. Whatever your gut feeling is telling you to do it. Okay? Look at your chart. Look at what it says. Okay? And if you need more help, then do more research, okay? Because the area in which it falls in your chart matters in what's going to be shifting in your life. So if the things you wanted to shift align with the things that is in the house in order that it's going to absolutely be completely possible, okay? It's probably 100% going to change, all right? So be mindful. Just be mindful. Look at your natal chart. See where everything falls. See how this eclipse in Virgo is going to affect you. Okay, because it affects us all differently. So that has been it for today, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful. And listen, you deserve every single thing that you desire in your life, from the highest love, peace, joy, and abundance. Okay, I don't care if it's wealth, a car, a job, love, whatever it is, you deserve it. Okay, remember that. You deserve the highest of the highest, the best of the best, okay? I mean top shelf. I can't even get it out. Top shelf premiums, okay? Not just some great value version. You are becoming the best and highest version of yourself. And I am so grateful that I am a part of that journey with you. So until next time, guys, I bid you adieu. Peace.